Most people see the Black Madonna and think it's just a dark-skinned Mary. That's surface level. What the image is really pointing at is something way more uncomfortable and way more useful. Stay with me for a second. When people talk about the Black Madonna and the Bambino, it usually turns into either church talk or art history. I'm doing neither. I want to talk about why this image keeps showing up, why it survived across cultures, and why it still hits people even when they can't explain it. Because this isn't just about race, paint, or age. It's about process. Black, symbolically, isn't evil, negative, or corrupt. Black is where everything starts. Seeds go into dark soil. Babies grow in darkness. Ideas form before they're spoken. In other words, nothing real begins in the spotlight. So the Black Madonna represents the unseen phase of growth, the part nobody posts, nobody applauds, and nobody wants to sit in. And that's why people get uncomfortable with her. She reminds you of the work you can't skip. You don't build strength on vibes alone. The Bambino isn't there to be cute. He represents potential that hasn't been tested yet. That's it. Not perfection, not purity, potential. Think of it like this. Every confident adult was once awkward, unfinished, and clueless. Nobody comes out the gate polished. So the child symbolizes what can emerge if the process is respected. Or in other words, you don't skip the gym and wake up strong. And here's the point most people miss. The child never appears without the dark mother. Never. Because growth doesn't come from pretending everything's light and positive. It comes from sitting in the mess long enough for something real to form. The Madonna holds the space, the child develops inside it. That's not theology. That's psychology, biology, and life. Anybody selling you light only wisdom is selling shortcuts. And shortcuts always bill you later. And that's where things get real. This image teaches self-responsibility. That says you have to do the inner work. Nobody can carry it for you. And growth takes time. And discomfort is also a part of the process. And that honestly is not very marketable. It's way easier to tell people just believe than sit with your shadow and grow up. Because everybody wants the fruit. Nobody wants to tend the soil. So here's the takeaway. The Black Madonna represents the phase you don't brag about. The Bambino represents what could be real if you stay in it. No rush, no bypassing, no skipping steps. Because nothing solid is built overnight. And nothing meaningful comes without pressure. If this made you think, good. That's the point. I'll keep making threads like this, slow, honest, and grounded. And with that being said, peace.